What's up guys, it's Xalem, and I have fantastic news! My job just opened up a brand new branch at work, and I went from a district manager to a disappointment. That's right, I was fired. But this opens up a brand new world of possibilities. I can go journey the world or start a hobby, and I think I have just the hobby that I want to start. Cooking! That's right! I wanted to start up my own culinary business. It's always been a lifelong dream of mine for the past 45 minutes and 38 seconds to start up my own business. But I never had the opportunity to. I mean, think about it. You've got all the TV channels in the world that you can get on, you've got plenty of babes, and all the food you can eat. But enough about that, let's actually see what we're going to be making today. So my roommate said it was in the fridge, but he didn't actually elaborate on what we were having for dinner tonight. Cooking Mama, or as I like to call it, Jesus, I'm hungry. Cooking Mama released on the Nintendo DS on March 23rd, 2006 in Japan, and shortly thereafter here in North America. Cooking Mama is a cartoon-style cooking simulation game, guided by the lead character, Mama. Mama helps the players prepare kitchen dishes through mini-games such as mixing ingredients, frying entrees, or even chopping an octopus. Cooking Mama was fairly successful on the DS, so much so that it got a spin-off on the Wii, Cooking Mama Cook-Off. This is the title that I'm the most familiar with. Our family got this for the Wii shortly after release, and there's nothing that screams poor decisions more than 3 hours of exercising on Wii Fit followed by looking at delicious cartoon food. For a new IP, it sold fairly well on the DS and Wii, both having fairly respectable sales numbers. This worked with Nintendo's current marketing strategy at the time of simple, easy-to-pick-up titles, especially with Nintendo known as the family company. I mean, the DS had Cooking Mama released shortly after Brain Age and Nintendogs. If you had a DS in 2006, you weren't short on games to play. The spin-off on the Wii was actually so successful that it got its own sequel, Cooking Mama World Kitchen. The only difference is, this game turned Mama into 3D and absolutely scared the shit out of me. Granted, it's kinda grown on me throughout the years, but it's the same gameplay as the first game, just with a three-dimensional art style. The biggest difference is there's more of a focus on cooking food from around the world, some of which are fairly uncommon I've personally never heard of. But I feel like this was a step in the right direction. I personally saw a lot of these recipes as an educational experience for younger audiences to broaden their views. So what's next? Oh look, we're getting a game called Gardening Mama. A brand new type of game that looks just like Cooking Mama, but in a completely different setting. And I bet you know where this is going! Oversaturation, a terrible crime that fails so many companies. It was at this point in time that the Cooking Mama series started releasing all sorts of odd games. Gardening Mama, Babysitting Mama, Crafting Mama, all within the same year. Hell, Babysitting Mama and Crafting Mama came out within 10 days of each other. So we went from this, to this, to this. Wait, Camping Mama? Who at Nintendo thought that this was a good idea? Hi, Vice President Rich Richardson here, but you could call me Dick Dickerson. So I took the liberty of telling you all the ideas that we have for this series. We wanted to start out with a kart racer, but with the abundance of all the kart racers on the market, we didn't think it was a good idea. FPS was a market that we could have gotten into, but feline protection services, we also like dogs here, so we didn't want to get away from our canine friends. So ultimately we decided with camping, because f*** you. After releasing a series of oddly named games, it looks like the only thing that we haven't seen Cooking Mama do at this point is cook meth. But wait a second, we have seen Cooking Mama go into M-rated territory. In 2008, we saw the always wonderful Pedo run a marketing attempt to create anti-Nintendo games such as Mama Kills Animals and Pokémon Black and Blue. In this parody game, you play the role of Mama, except you violently dismember and stuff a turkey. This is until she has a change of heart at the end and becomes vegan to save all the animals. By far the most quality and entertaining of all the Cooking Mama games. After taking the hint, Cooking Mama finally slowed down and started releasing games at a steady pace again, with their last title being Cooking Mama Sweet Shop in 2017. This game sold an overwhelming 70,000 copies. You see, oversaturation ruins way too many companies. You can't consistently keep pumping out content without changing the formula or providing quality. There's nothing wrong with releasing a multitude of games, but the content needs to vary or you're at risk of the series getting stale. Mario did an excellent job of this during the GameCube era. 4 Mario parties, multiple sports games, and the typical Nintendo series, but each one different enough from the rest to warrant a different experience. Cooking Mama has always stuck to the same formula with their games, with the only major change coming from switching to the DS
to the Wii. The difference is, Cooking Mama has never been the most quality of games, but they're still fun within their own right. A wide variety of minigames makes it fun, but take a look at the gameplay. There's no real visual cue telling me of what button to press or how to complete the action. Here, it's too precise to click a small window on a strict time limit. These games are still fun sources of entertainment, but being able to improve the quality of games is vital to a company's success. But this leads to the question of the video. What happened to Cooking Mama? Damn, this one hurts to talk about. Cooking Mama Cookstar! Announced in August of 2019, the developer Office Create gave the rights to Planet Entertainment, known for the best-selling title Bass Pro Shops Championship Edition. Yeah, what? Licensing your IPs to unheard-of companies isn't uncommon in video games. For example, Bluepoint Games was still unheard of when they made the God of War collection. Then came the Nathan Drake collection. And now look, they're making the Demon's Souls remake. But the problem is with what Planet Entertainment did. Upon finishing the game and submitting the game to Office Create for approval, Office Create said change this, change that. We want to put this through quality assurance and debugging so that the game doesn't have any problems. So what did Planet Entertainment do? They released it without permission. But it can't get any worse, right? Bitcoin! The only coin that you can't actively fit inside of a piggy bank. In a press release, Planet Entertainment announced that this will be the first game to implement blockchain technology, a common practice used to mine cryptocurrency. Now, I don't have the knowledge to explain what blockchain technology is, but essentially it's a large number of computers with high processing powers that farm digital currency by decoding puzzles, known as blockchains. Shortly after release, a rumor surfaced on Twitter showing that switches were failing due to massive overheating from this blockchain technology. Planet Entertainment denied the use of cryptocurrency farming, stating that Cooking Mama does not cause the switch to overheat. This hypothetically makes sense. The processing power needed for the switch would be far too small, as most cryptocurrency mines take up entire rooms. Some users on Twitter claim that after digging in the code, nothing was found. But with the current investigation, we may not know for a long while. With all this being said, it's truly unfortunate for the Cooking Mama series. Despite its problems, I truly enjoyed the series a lot as a young kid. It was a fun change of pace that kept my interest from time to time. Constantly wanting to improve high scores with simple minigames is something I was really looking forward to with this new game. But unfortunately, it might be a while before we see Mama pop up again.
Alright, we just got finished playing Cooking Mama and had an absolute blast. But I'm ready to put my skills to the test. And what better way to do that than to actually do one of the recipes in the game. Now, the first step to being a good chef is to actually look the part. So, hold on a second. I got it on sale.
So today we will be making an American classic, hamburgers. Now I'm going to be showing gameplay while doing this as a visual guide for the viewers at home. For the hamburger meat, we actually went with 80% lean, 20% fat as a shout out to all of the girls that I've met on Tinder through the years.
Alright guys, for the buns we're actually going for Martin's potato rolls. Now I don't have a joke planned out for this one, I just really like the potato rolls. Also, they were out of tomatoes at the store, so I got an apple. I mean, it's red and it's a fruit, so I guess it'll work, right? Lettuce is especially important to make sure that it's good and not spoiled. To fix this, I've come up with the Xalem's patented ripeness test. It passes.
For the recipe, it looks like Cooking Mama said to use salt and pepper, but we are also going to be using garlic powder and onion powder. We have 2 eggs as well, but we'll get to that a little later. The first step is to tear the lettuce, and we're going to go ahead and replicate what Cooking Mama is doing. There are a few mistakes along the way, but after a little bit of trial and error, we finally have the lettuce finished. The next step is to actually use a meat grinder, and since this is a pilot cooking episode, the network actually didn't provide us with one, so we are going to be using a food processor. So let's go ahead and tear up our meat and carefully place it in there. Let's turn that bad boy on, doctor ourselves up a bit, which is completely unscripted, and we're good to go. So next we have Lay's barbecue potato chips, but here on Xalem channel, we like to call this irrelevant product placement. Put it in the oven at 425 Celsius and we're good to go. So next we need to go ahead and add the seasoning. Make sure to not add too much because remember, you can always add more but you can't take any away. Now Mama maxed out her proficiency, so she can crack eggs with 0 hands. I'm not that good, but I can crack it with 1 hand. You didn't see that. Now we need to massage the meat. Fuck, that didn't come out right. Anyways, after this, we will put it in the patties and we're almost done. And now we wait. So we did all the steps, we followed exactly what the game told us to, and now it's time to see the final product. Now that doesn't look right.